All right, I recently received a package from Craft Holsters, and fortunately they sent it by a reliable carrier, not the United States Postal Service, so it actually arrived fairly quickly. I obviously have pulled the shipping label off and cut the tape on it to at least see what's inside, so let's officially open up this box and see what we get. Not quite sure what that is. It certainly doesn't provide a whole lot of packing insulation. But we have a holster and a bag, we have a small break-in kit, and even a thank you. And let's see, inside it does say free shipping, free monogram. I did not get this one monogrammed. Loyalty discount, this is my first order, so we haven't gotten into that yet. And a buyback guarantee available for 30 days, just in case. So let's see, plus a website to get a hold of them if there is any trouble. I don't anticipate any. So let's see what we have. Just a first look here. In a plastic bag. Looks like it has some sort of instruction sheet or some information on it. User guide. And it has it in multiple languages down here. And does talk about leather is a natural porous material, etc., etc. Okay, we know that. Set it aside. We'll come back to the break-in kit here in a minute. And let's look at the holster itself. All right, substantial leather, at least 8 ounce, might be 10 ounce leather. And just quick glance at it, looks like it's well made. Now this was made for my Wilson EDC X9. And let's see how it fits. Snug as a bug in a rug. Of course, it's not going to fall out of a brand new holster. This is going to take some breaking in. We'll see where it goes. All right, with the gun in, let's just look at some of the issues for this gun. And it does cover the trigger guard. Doesn't quite cover the trigger itself, but it covers enough of it so nothing can get in there and pull the trigger. That's a good thing. It looks like it's going to give adequate room to get the hand between around the grip and still not be on the holster. I hate some of those where it sits so deep that I'm rubbing on the holster and can't get a good firm grip on it. This one I can, so that's well fitted there. It does not have a sweat shield on it to cover the safety. Not a deal breaker by any means. And does not have anything that's going to push on the magazine release, which is also a good thing. I've seen a couple of holsters where it actually pushed on the magazine release, and on this particular gun, and the magazine was popped out. So if I did have to draw it quickly, I'd get one shot off, and that's it. Not the case for this one. It does fit well, and let's look at the holster in general. Relatively stiff so far, doubled all the way around. Well molded to the gun, and double stitched all the way around. That is a touch you don't often see, and the feeling on this is that that is a hand stitched holster. And actually, here's a holster I made, oh my gosh, many years ago, and the stitching on this, I know I hand stitched it. It is hand stitched because I made it, and it is slightly raised. And this is also slightly raised. It feels like it is also hand stitched. Here's a machine stitched one. That's a Galco, and it's definitely has more recessed stitching. Another Galco, Lobo gun leather. Those are all they feel like they're machine stitched. So I'm guessing this is a hand stitched holster, although very nicely done. And again, double stitching you don't often find. Now this Galco is double stitched. This Galco is not double stitched. This Lobo that I had made for the Staccato C is also not double stitched. So that to me is a nice touch you don't find a lot on your run-of-the-mill holsters. All right, again, it made for the EDC X9. Will also work the Dan Wesson ECO. All right, so I like the double stitching. I like the fact that it is good solid leather. It is nicely molded. It does look like it's going to hold up. Let's see. Oh, the finish on the edge is nice, but it's not carried around to the muzzle or the top area. Whereas, again, this is one that I made, much thinner leather. The Lobo has the edge finishing all the way around it, top and bottom. The Galco, this one is used so much it's hard to tell, but it does appear as though the edge finishing carries all the way around it. And same on this Galco. So I guess that would be one thing that I would say might be a minor nit to start with, that's not carried all the way around. Now the question is, I ordered this for a 1 3/4 inch belt with the idea that I would be carrying it on my Core Essentials Garrison leather belt. So let's see how it works. And the belt would go in here. Oh, that's one thing I noticed. If you look right here, this slot was not perfectly cut. I don't know what happened right here. Again, not a significant issue, and once this is worn enough, that little blemish area is going to go away. You're certainly not going to see it. All right, can the belt go in? That is a tight fit. It's going to be interesting to try to put this on, get it through the belt loop there, and get it back in this way. All right, that is an extremely tight fit. And this Core Essentials isn't all that thick. It's a sturdy belt because of the lining in it. I did a review on the Core Essentials Garrison belt. I'll put it up here. It is tight. All right, how about something a little more conventional? Here is a Galco. This is a 1 1/2 inch belt. And that's conventional Galco. It's not even going to go, well, again, I can force it into the slot, but that's about it. I really hate to wear it with something thinner, but it looks like I might have to. This is one that I don't wear very often. This is a Next Belt EDC belt, a little heavier than their fashion belts. And let's see, this will go through a little bit easier. Certainly easier than the Garrison belt. And so that is tight when it goes through there. This is going to be fun to put on. When I break it in, I think I'm going to put a belt in here to break it in and put the gun inside and wrap the belt tight so it's pulling it around more to shape of my waist. You can see on the Lobo, it was actually cut so that it's contoured more to the body. The same with the Galco. The way these holsters are cut, the back piece is smaller than the front piece, so the front piece is what protrudes. Now that's on this design. This Galco, they're pretty much even, but it's also more contoured. Now again, I've worn the heck out of this holster. So I'm going to put a belt in it to pull it around more to body shape and see how that will work. But I'm a little concerned that 1 3/4 inch slots are not quite going to get it. So let's look at this compared to the slots on the Galco. Much bigger. Again, Galco is machine made. These Craft holsters are handmade. Well, this does say it's a Falco, which is from Craft Holsters. This Lobo was supposedly handmade, although it feels like machine stitching. Much larger slots, much wider slots. And then, of course, my good old standby. They're really not much larger on mine, but again, this is thinner leather. So we're going to see how this works out. That's first impressions. Again, well made, decent, heavy leather. This, again, not super heavy, but like I say, 8 to 10 ounce. I'm guessing. I think mine was probably 6 ounce. And double stitch like it. Would have been nice to have been finished there on the muzzle and on the top. Belt slots are going to be possibly an issue. So we're going to wear this thing for a month. Going to break it in right, wear it for a month with the EDC X9 and possibly even with the ECO. because a good gun deserves a leather holster, not a plastic holster. And we'll report back. This will be included in the overall review once we get done. I didn't mention the break-in kit. Let's open that up and see what this is like. And it says it has break-in liquid, a wool dauber, and microfiber cloth. There is the break-in oil. There's the dauber. And there's a microfiber cloth and nothing else in the bag. Instructions: apply break-in liquid to the parts of the holster that need to be loosened. Use the wool dauber to spread the liquid and let the leather soak it. Stretch the leather to loosen the fit, or place the gun in a plastic bag inside the holster by force. Let it dry overnight. Leather will retain adjusted fit. Use the microfiber cloth to polish the leather once a month. For better results, add a leather balm or leather conditioner from our premium holster care kit. That's what it says. We'll give it a try and we'll report back.